Okay. I'm so excited to be here today with Molly Blutstein. Molly, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Molly. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I go to the University of Georgia. I'm an interior design major, and I am interested in design in most aspects.
Amazing. What are your career goals?
That's hard. I'm in school for interior design, but I don't know if that's a path I will actually, go with. But I mean, anything design related, so I like fashion, I like interiors, architecture, so just anything design related, I guess.
Amazing. Okay, now for some fun questions. What's your favorite book?
Yeah, I don't really read a lot, which is lame, but I don't think I have a favorite book, but
Even better. Who's your favorite public figure?
What do you mean by public figure?
Politician, Ellen DeGeneres type human.
I feel like I just know a lot of Instagrammers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I feel like, I don't know if you know Jen Gotch, but she does Bando, and she's just very real on Instagram, and just, I don't know, she's funny and real, and I don't know. I'm saying I don't know too much, I'm sorry.
You're good. A lot of us don't know things. Who's your favorite designer?
Fashion designer, I would say there's a really cool designer, J.H. Zane, Regina Poe, I think that's how you pronounce it, Colina Strada, and then for like furniture, Marcel Brewer, Joe Colenbo or something, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I think that's probably it. I mean, I could go on, but
You're good.
This is what's on the top of my head.
Love it. How do you describe your personal brand?
I don't think I know my personal brand. I think I'm trying to figure that out. But I definitely have a minimalistic kind of vibe. I don't know yet. We'll see where I go.
What is something you're finding difficult currently?
Finding an internship, figuring out what I want to do, like career-wise, just balancing, I guess, school and then life stuff as well. Just maybe going out too much, but
A good problem. What is something you look forward to for your 20s?
I guess just like being more secure in who I am, I would say, and just like figuring out who I am.
What power do you think media has to influence the world?
I think it's like one of the most powerful things that it has. Like, people are most drawn to it. That's what people are listening to. We're constantly being fed by the media, so I think that it has just a very strong power to do anything, really. But
Yeah. How do you want to use media to influence the world?
I think that, well, like for me, I am in between with like design, whether it's fashion or interiors, so that I think that I need to figure out what exactly I want to do with that. But I think right now it's me figuring out what I like. And I think that's mostly through my stories on Instagram, but my feed says a little bit different about me. I don't know.
We love it.
It's
What's
an
your-
exploration.
What's your favorite cliche?
I feel like you do you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a cliche, but
Oh, amazing. What angers you?
gun laws.
Same. What makes you overjoyed?
I guess at times when I'm like extremely secure with who I am and can be confident in that, and then when the people around me are like also secure in who they are and are doing what they want to do, and I don't know, yeah.
What's the boldest thing you've ever done?
The what?
Boldest thing you've ever done?
I was thinking about that today. I don't think I do very many bold things, but I think transferring schools was bold for me, which like I don't think in the moment I thought it was bold, but looking back at it, because I don't like change, that was a bold thing for me to do.
Where'd you transfer from?
GCSU.
What inspires you?
What inspires me? I guess a lot of different things. Good design. I think that I have been trying to figure out like interior design wise what inspires me, and I think when I watch like documentaries and learn more about designers, that like really fuels my like passion for interior design, and also just like finding new fashion designers and like seeing what I like in their clothing. I think that just like seeing cool design is what is inspiring to me.
Yeah, totally. What's an odd thing you find beautiful?
Oh gosh, an odd thing I find beautiful. I'm gonna have to go back to that one. I don't know.
Who is a woman in your life that you look up to and why?
I would say, of course, I mean, most people might say their mom, but I think that anytime I do something, I think about what would my mom, like, how would my mom approach this? Because I feel like she she like approaches things in a very rational, like, nice kind of devil's advocate kind of way. And I think that's like, I mean, it's annoying sometimes, but like I think it's a good way to approach things. And like, of course, Reese, like that's like someone who I'm closest with, so like she knows me very well, and that kind of just helps me figure out like what I need to do, and like we ping off of each other, so like she's a strong thing in my life.
Yeah, definitely. What do you dream about doing?
I would say just being successful at what I like to do, which like I don't know what that is, but just being able to do what I am passionate about and like actually succeed with that.
You will. What do you fear?
I guess losing people that are close to me. Also, I think I fear that I don't push myself hard enough to succeed. And I think that that's like my internal struggle at all times, is like you're just laying in your bed, you need to get up and do something, or it's like you need to take time for yourself. It's that like internal kind of
balance is so
yeah.
hard. That goes right into this question. How do you balance keeping your brand while staying authentically true to yourself?
Yeah, that's hard. So on Instagram, I would say it's extremely hard to stay like not extremely hard, but especially when your followers like there's more of them, I think it's harder to like show who you really are because there's so many people like looking at you. Mm-hmm. And I think that is just more room for people to criticize you. So I just try, I think that I use it as an outlet to like kind of, I don't know, I'd have to, let me see.
No, you're good.
I got lost in that train of thought. I mean, I try to be real as I can be. Like I show my acne on my thing, and but I also like to like be kind of, I don't know, sexy and just like, I don't know, kind of just like have fun with it, not give a shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's hard to be authentic when there's lots of people there to say something.
Mm-hmm. No. Struggle of our generation.
Yep.
What drains you?
I think too much time with myself. For sure. I think I need more time with myself and like quiet time than I do, because when I spend too much time with myself, I just start to I overthink, you know. So yeah.
Paint me a picture of your ideal day.
Okay, let's see. Wake up around 9:30 or 10, go to brunch with my family, maybe go to like a vintage or antique shop, look at furniture, clothes, chill out with my dogs, and then maybe go get like dinner and drinks with some friends.
So fun. Who is someone you want to meet?
I was trying to think about this earlier today, but I already said Jen Gotch, and she's just like a very funny person. And also Titus from what's that show?
Unbreakable Kimmy.
Yes. He's amazing. I guess anyone who's funny, really.
What would you ask them if you could ask them anything?
I think for Jen Gotch, she just like has like, she has like depression and struggles a lot, but she remains so funny and just like she always finds light of the situation. And I guess how does she keep that kind of balance is like she's depressed but she can also be funny and like see the bright side of things, so I guess I would ask her about that. And then Titus is just hilarious, so
Just have a conversation.
yeah, just have a conversation for sure.
Do you remember a time where you felt extremely uninspired, and how did you deal with that?
I think I constantly feel uninspired, and I have to like on the daily be like, what do you need to do, what do you like to do? And I think that's just like, I think I'm in a place where I need to figure out what I like to do and what I want to do. And I think so every day I kind of just have to fill myself with looking at things like design wise that I relate to and go from there.
Definitely.
Maybe go on a run, I don't know.
I wish I liked to do that.
I don't like to do it, but
It helps for sure. Do you remember a time where you felt extremely inspired?
I guess I feel like there's small moments when I like something sparks my attention and I'm like, oh my god, this is what I love to do and this is what I like, this is what drives me, but I can't think of like a particular time. But I think also seeing Reese do her thing is inspiring to me.
Yeah, totally. Is there a cause you feel most drawn to?
I think this also probably sounds cliche, but it's relevant. Just like anything having to do with like women's rights and just, you know, pushing that agenda, because I feel like that, like it becomes kind of cliche and like then it just kind of goes into the back of people's heads and I guess, I don't know, bring that up more.
Yeah, that's so important. That's amazing.
In a more authentic, I don't know, way.
What's something you have an unpopular opinion about?
Maybe gun laws. That's my theme.
Yeah, fight for that.
The Second Amendment.
Do you want to move, and where, if you do?
Yeah, I think I would definitely like to move. I don't know where. I think California would be very cool. I went there this summer and it's beautiful and the architecture there is beautiful and the plants. But I haven't traveled enough places to know for sure where I'd want to move. But I think I definitely would want to move.
Ready to get out?
Yeah.
What does your family mean to you?
My family means a lot to me. I think anytime that I'm stressed out or I need some like grounding, those are the people I go to, and it's like a very powerful thing to have. And like Reese is like one of the people that I go to the most because we're like the same person. And like, what am I feeling right now? What do I need to do? But then like my mom and dad are also, and I also have an older sister who helps me too. But yeah.
Amazing. What is a memory you hold most dear?
I was asking Reese what I should say for this. And she told me to say when we got our dog, because we're obsessed with her. And we got her when she was like 2 months old and she was like 4 pounds and she's so cute.
Yeah, I've definitely seen pictures. So cute.
Yeah.
How do you cope with a bad day?
I maybe spend some time in bed, watch some Netflix, drink some tea, watch something that would like bring my spirits up.
What's your go-to Netflix show?
Well, I just finished Stranger Things and that was amazing. Also I saw the show Ozark was pretty good. I liked that one. Shameless. I don't know, I have a lot.
Those are all amazing. What footprint do you wish to leave on the world?
Just that I was able to like be myself fully and that I was able to inspire people through that, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's enough.
I don't know yet.
What's a lesson you've learned this past year?
Just do what I want to do. Don't like rely on other people. I was in a relationship for a very long time, so I think that now that I'm not in that, it's helped me to like become who I really want to be. So, yeah.
Single in your 20s.
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
What makes you laugh?
I would say Reese makes me laugh the most. And and we kind of just like ping off of each other. And I think that it's just like being weird. It's not like actually anything really that funny, but it just makes me laugh.
That's the best. Who or what do you lean on?
I think honestly I lean on just like being in my like bedroom. I think that I probably spend too much time just like laying in my bed and being like, I need this, when I don't really. And then I mean I rely on my roommate a lot, and like Reese as well, which I'm gonna keep bringing her up.
Well, she's awesome. What do you do on a rainy Saturday?
Oh, I lay in my bed and watch Netflix or something.
What color do you feel represents you?
This is interesting because the color that represents me is not a color that I particularly like. I feel like I don't dislike it, but it's always been like a lavender, like a purple of some sort, which like I don't own anything purple. I don't really draw towards things purple, but it just, as a child, that was my color, and it's like stuck with me
Forever. Why do you love design?
It's literally everywhere, so it just like, and I'm very sensitive to my environment, and I think that it just like, it shapes anywhere you go or whatever you do or what you're wearing, and I think it's so important.
Yeah. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I would say I'm an introvert.
What do you fear showing to the world about yourself on social media?
I think that just being like real and raw and like maybe getting criticized for that. I think that's probably something I would fear.
Yeah, understandably. Do you feel like you grew up in an inspiring environment?
Yes, I do. My parents are very like free spirits and very like, my dad paints and draws, and my mom is just like, she's a nutritionist, but she's like very like quirky and like has always like had us dress the way we want to, be what we want to. So I would say yeah.
Amazing. Do you like poetry?
I don't dislike poetry, but I don't know if I particularly like it. I don't have an opinion on poetry.
That's okay. What is something you have changed viewpoints on after learning more about?
Well, honestly, interior design. I think I went into it thinking it was more of like a decorating thing, when interior design is like very architecture based, and there's a lot that goes into it that I didn't know. And I think that that's what makes it even cooler, is that it's not just decorating, that the structure is really important. So, yeah.
What does health and wellness mean to you?
I think that, I've always had a strong emphasis on healthy foods just because that's my mom's thing. But so I think that I have a hyper awareness of that. And like when I'm not eating something healthy, I'm very aware of it. And I think that drains me sometimes. But then just like not being too hard on myself and eating right, but like also allowing myself to not eat like healthy all the time.
It's such a balance. What's your favorite class right now?
Design history for sure. We're learning a lot about very cool furniture, and it's inspiring.
So cool. What do you admire in an instructor?
Passion. Like they want to be teaching, they want to be there. I think I have a lot of professors who don't, and I think that when they're passionate, it makes you passionate about it, and it's exciting. So you need someone who wants to be there and wants to like teach you.
Yeah, for sure. What does fashion and design mean to you? We've talked about this a lot, but kind of just to wrap it up.
I just see it as like, it's such an extremely important thing, and that everyone like displays themselves in a certain way with their clothing, and without that, then we kind of all just blend together. And I think that that's just like, it's so important to have fashion and like an emphasis on that. And there's a lot that's like wrong with it, and like that you shouldn't like think about like your own like physical properties. I don't know, but it's just really important. And also design is the same thing for me. It's like I want to be in a space that I feel inspired in, and that like someone put time in designing, and that That's.
No, that's so
I feel like I've already said that.
Yeah. So many questions. Okay, lastly, what little things delight you during the day?
I would say sunshine. I think that multiple times I've walked down the street and just like had sunshine and I would just like look up at it because I don't know, that's something that I love sun. That sounds
No,
stupid.
that's so happy.
Yeah, I would say I feel like I find most joy when I'm just like walking, like listening to music, walking down the street, just like trying to find what is like that feels good.
That's why you have to move to California.
Yeah, exactly.
So, who is Reese?
Okay, Reese is my twin sister, and she is a fashion blogger, and her like Instagram handle is Double Exposure, and it started as me and Reese as like double, and then I went off to school, so then she just kind of took off with that, and like she's always been extremely like good with fashion anyways, and she would post a picture every single day, and then just be like got a lot of attention from it, and yeah, and she's my favorite person.
Is she like your biggest like artistic collaborator in your life right now?
I would say so, yeah. And she just does a lot of cool things, and it draws me to that kind of not lifestyle but way of doing things. I don't know. It's like opened my eyes to like a lot of different, because like she's not in school and she's making a living and she didn't have to be in school, which I don't like say that's the best way to go, but she figured it out, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, me and her, like if you're around us, like we are extremely similar, and I think that it would be really weird to not have Reese, because that's who I'm talking to like every single day. We FaceTime all the time. I think that's like, I think sometimes she's like part of my identity, which like I think being off at school has helped me to like find my own kind of thing. But she's cool. She's my favorite.
Ooh, I'm excited for her to see this. That'll be so sweet.
Okay.